yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. Oh man, story of my life. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I've decided to join the student council, even if it's just one day. So I wouldn't put it past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do, so this situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that's equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now, there is no escape." That's actually, yeah, I can see that in just her regular face. Does this look like the face of mercy? Because their sprites are standing, I thought that it was just like he looked over and they were already just standing over him. Just a JoJo menacing behind them. What incredible key!
He-chan! It looks like we're together again! Yay!
Oh no! No! I must escape the literature club! Where's Kurt Russell? We've got to do some escaping from a place! Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly.
What's wrong, He-chan? Oh, He-chan, I've been thinking about what you said yesterday. You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, He-chan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right.
I'm not... Even though it was not the reason that my door was knocked on, I'm still, like, too spooked to get super loud with a laugh like that. Just imagine that Misha's, like, at full volume. I'm so happy you two were able to have a laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. She seems like all the joys of a hard-ass and a troll. When I actually look at this stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. I almost want to say something about how our rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. Ah! That's actually like a well-framed shot. I don't think I've seen that before. That's great. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. Looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there.
Huh? Who, He-chan?
Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone?
I think so, He-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone?
It's so weird that they have quotes around all of... Like, that's what the text box is for, to indicate that there is a speaker and it is not the internal monologue of the protagonist. Everything else, especially when you have a character who is quoting someone else.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea, He-chan.
Why not?
She-chan wouldn't get along with her.
Why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but it still has that lilting up and down quality present in everything she says.
Just because, He-chan.
I've not mastered the lilt. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize how Misha has been signing everything she's been saying this whole time. Like, just gives her the bitch please symbol.
What, She-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not gonna say that.
You said it anyway.
I know, He-chan. It's fine if you overhear.
I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her I wouldn't be able to understand the things Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time? So there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of?
Anyway, we should start on the problems now, He-chan.
Stop being bad. Transfer bit rate. Rogers, I pay you money. Stop. We finished with time to spare, and I decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly the food so far has been subpar. This sends Suzune and Misha arguing amongst themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. What about Bill? I think we should argue for the fun of it. Maybe. Seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's not in sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The ones with actual boxed lunches mixing in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels like I'm the only one who can see her. Almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of her class for her own accord? Man, we were both wrong. I said 4, the prob said on, it would be of her own accord. Look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we attempt? What are we doing? Are we going to pester the Hanako further? Do we risk upsetting the shy girl? Or do we read and shut up? Gonna read my book. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and took it with me to school. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and took it with me to the school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I creased a corner up to mark the spotlight. Asshole! Asshole, use a bookmark. Creased a corner of the page to mark the spot you left it yesterday night. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I join them, I just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who'd need to hear what they're arguing, what they're talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said? Or, even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all. What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons for me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misha and Shizune, having come to the conclusion of one kind or another, follow in my wake as though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Ouch. Oh, I know which girl this is. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. Why would you be using the full paddle legs for the hall? Oh, because she's dressed for PE. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. Oh yeah, that's right, she just smoked you right in the weak point. It's like the ending of Terminator Genesis, which is the only part of Terminator Genesis I remember or care about, or saw. Where the Terminator punched the Terminator who thought he was human in his human heart that he had. And it was like, oh, turns out the human heart on the outside of your horrifying exoplate skeleton was bad for you. That's a weak spot. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Alright, because we've already got, like, someone on the Natsuki spectrum, right? I can't just full Natsuki this girl.
Oh, man. Hey, you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going. You just came out of nowhere. Sorry.
She's looking really apologetic, in the hurt puppy kind of way. In the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since her puppies are my weak spot. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal.
Hey, should I get a nurse?
The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out a bit. Or honestly, she's probably just gonna be Natsuki with another tone when all is said and done. That's just who she is. The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out a bit. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No, you're the right amount of worried about maybe just dropping dead in the middle of the hallway. No need. I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me. Big time. But it's nothing more than that.
You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
It's okay. I said I was fine, and nothing's broken. No harm done.
That's good.
I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time. Why do they widen horror? Whatever you're saying gets interrupted by very hard. Uh-oh! God. Rage stance Shizune. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over to the girl, sliding furiously at her.
Miss Ibaraki, I saw that. Running in the hallways is strictly forbidden.
Misha translates, right on Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of divine fury Shizune's arm movements would seem to call for. You think Shizune knows she's being misrepresented here?
Sorry, I was just gonna get some stuff, and I was kind of in a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and even worse, it's explicitly against school regulations.
Even worse! Priorities. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling.
I know that. I was just... Make sure that this will not happen again. Although I'm sure telling you this is futile and only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emi?
The small girl sticks her tongue out in response.
I gotta go! Teacher will have my head! I promised up with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change in everything.
Before Misha or Shizune, or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards that stairwell. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down.
Are you okay, Hichin? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to others.
You know, I'm pretty certain Shizune wouldn't call me Hichin.
Never mind. Daijoubu.
Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me.
That's great, Hichin.
Oh, Shizune doesn't know that his condition is... I guess... Yeah, no, you wouldn't be obligated to tell anyone what's wrong with you. That'd be kind of messed up. I figured, like, maybe it's a precaution thing. It's like, hey, nobody sock me in the chest, I'll die. I wouldn't call that great, but I let it slide this one time.
We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members. We can take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wahaha!
Girls men leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally, I should get going as well. How are they gonna go out to that restaurant in time? Must be super nearby.